Hey, Joe Dwyer here, and I am so pleased that you are taking the time to listen to my very important message about how we went from flattening a curve to a need to expanding a curve. Yes, we spent the last couple of months in this country, in this world, flattening a curve called the coronavirus. Every one of us did our part, and from what I understand, we are well on our way to flattening that curve and eliminating, at least mostly, a virus that has absolutely had devastating effects on our world. It took action on every one of our parts, and it was done. Now, with this situation that has taken place, with the death of George Floyd, which was absolutely deplorable in the actions that had taken place, we need to expand a curve. And we need the same, if not more, of a commitment from every single one of us to expand the curve of respect in this world so that we can eliminate this virus, which is arguably even more dangerous than the coronavirus. Now, in a very interesting way, I will tell you, I am the founder and president of Noble Strength. Noble Strength is my company, which is an attempt to make this world a nicer place for animals and people, and it is all about respecting all creation, consistently respecting all creation. And yes, within it, I promote the vegan way of life. I promote kindness and respect to animals and people. And there is absolutely opportunity now to dovetail that into the ways we need to expand this curve. I have a 3-point plan. I want to share it with you now. If you'll allow me, please listen in and let's see if we could take action. The first thing we must do, every single one of us, is to acknowledge that every single one of us can improve. If we use a sports analogy, all-stars in baseball hit between 300 and 400. Nobody hits 1,000. Nobody. It's the same in respecting all creation. We must acknowledge that. It is not important whether you're the leader of a country, whether you're a person like me who just walks this earth, you're a leader in a business. We can all improve on where we are right now in our levels of respect. Arguably, Martin Luther King is the absolute pinnacle of someone who lived their life searching for this respect that we need. And he had a great saying. He had many great sayings. One of them was, do not look at the entire staircase, just take the first step. Well, the first step is to acknowledge we all need to improve. Now, I will say right here that there's no doubt that some are more advanced than others. I don't feel I'm in that advanced category, but I know some who are. I respect them even more so. I certainly look for their voice, but I must have my own commitment, and all of us must as well. And yes, there are some that are the other end of that spectrum, that maybe are going to be very hard nuts to crack, as the saying goes. Well, we spend less time with those and more of the people who we can influence. And we do it by our own recognizing that we can all improve. Second, how can we improve? How can we improve? That's endless, my friends. But it's up to each and every one of us to look at ourselves and say how in our daily actions. And actions are the key word here. It's the famous story. 3 frogs on a log. One decides to jump in. How many are left? There are 3 left. Yes, there are. Why? He decided, but he didn't act. This will go nowhere. Expanding this curve will go nowhere without our daily actions. And they are found in our daily habits. Very simple. Look to your daily habits. Look to your daily thoughts. Find ways to improve. They are there. I know they're there for me in just my thinking process. And that will start the ripple effect we need to get this curve expanded starts with ourselves. Third, we form a community. I'm happy to form one right here in my Noble Strength way of life, where we start in small groups, families, friends groups, whatever works for you. Could be a social media group. Well, let's put those to good use and start to be honest with one another. Yes, honest, without judgment, or else we are backtracking, right? Honesty without judgment, and help one another and coach one another. And there the communities can grow. And then the communities become bigger. And then it becomes bigger. And it ripples out. And that's how this curve can expand. Interestingly, it's very similar to the way we flatten the curve, right? We started out just in our homes, and then little things were added and the things we needed to do. And we flattened the curve of the coronavirus. And now we need to expand the curve of respect. And we do it at the same thought process. Now, yes, I will tell you, there is absolute similarities to my Noble Strength way of life and to a cruelty-free way of living. The whole issue here comes down to the oppression and lack of respect for certain people in our world. And we do the same thing to our animal friends when we use them the way we do. So there's a good place to start, and I urge you to consider that. I'm not forcing you to do so. I'm asking you to consider it. Steps in that direction will aid in the direction to expanding this curve. I want to say thank you again for listening. I feel I have an important point to share. I shared it with you. But now, as I said, we all must act. Are you willing to act? I hope so. Contact me. I'm happy to form a group right here as the Noble Strength way of life continues. And we can expand this curve. Please follow me at noblestrength.life. But please, above all else, let's start today with this very doable 3-point plan. Thank you.